Longtime UFC bantamweight contender John Lineker will be looking for a new promotion to fight for. According to a report from John Morgan of MMA Junkie, the UFC has released him from his contract. The news comes after months of frustration between Lineker and the UFC as he was vocal about his urgency to get a fight scheduled. John Lineker has been released from the UFC, per multiple sources. His team has declined to comment at this time. Story added MMA Junkie shortly. John Morgan, at MMA Junkie. John, July 3, 2019. Most recently, Lineker had been scheduled to face Rob Font at UFC Greenville, but he was forced to withdraw from the fight due to a cut that was suffered during fight week. Lineker had been put in to face Font as a short-notice replacement after Cody Stamann had to withdraw from the original fight due to his own injury, but losing both opponents saw Font off the card at UFC Greenville. Earlier this year, Lineker opened up about his frustration with the UFC, saying that he could not continue to live and progress in his career if the promotion was not going to schedule him for fights and keep him active. John Lineker made his UFC debut in May of 2012 against Luis Gaudino, a fight he would end up losing by submission. Lineker would go on to have 16 total fights with the UFC, compiling a 12-4 record over the last 7 years, with notable wins coming over the likes of Marlon Vera, John Dodson, and Ian McCall. In his last UFC appearance, Lineker suffered a split decision loss to Corey Sandhagen this past April, which ended his 2-fight winning streak. Back at UFC 207, Lineker had his biggest career fight against former champion TJ Dillashaw, but Lineker was defeated by unanimous decision against the former champion. After Dillashaw vacated the bantamweight title in 2019, John Lineker said he felt the vacant title would be good for the cluttered bantamweight division, which now will be awaiting the return of newly crowned champion, Henry Cejudo, who became champion after defeating Marlon Moraes at UFC 238. Where do you think John Lineker will fight next? This article first appeared on BJPenn.com on the 3rd of July 2019. Let's block ads. Why?